song Sicko Mode. But the story we're telling in 2020 is a little bit different. Kylie Jenner is super rich and her business is wildly successful, but for years she has lied and exaggerated just how successful she really is. So let's take a step back.
When Kylie's cover debuted in July 2018, a reporter did have some doubts about the numbers her camp was claiming. But we were provided with proof in the form of tax returns that Kylie herself signed. Plus, analysts and industry experts verified what Kylie's camp was saying, that her business was doing at least $300 million in revenue every year.
While we can't prove that those tax returns the Jenners sent us were fake, we're pretty sure now that they were. And regardless, it's clear that for years the Jenners have been lying.
In November, Kylie Jenner agreed to sell 51% of Kylie Cosmetics to Coty. That's the beauty giant that owns brands like Clairol, Rimmel, and Sally Hansen.
And the deal valued Kylie's business at over $1 billion. And her earnings from the sale are an estimated $540 million before taxes. But while the deal was great for her wallet, it was maybe not so great for her reputation, because in selling to a public company, details about her business have come out. This sale has laid bare one of the Jenner family's biggest secrets, which is Kylie Cosmetics is not nearly as big of a business or as successful of a business as they spent years leading the entire world, including Forbes, to believe.
The numbers just don't add up. Kylie Jenner's camp led us to believe that the business had done $360 million in revenue in 2018. In reality, that number was only $125 million. Then there's the skincare line. They told us that the skincare line, which launched in May of 2019, had done $100 million in revenue in just 2 months. And in reality, it hadn't even done $25 million in 6 months.
So, what does this mean for Kylie's fortune? Well, first off, it means that she certainly has not been earning as much money as we had been estimating in years past based on her input, in part. We estimated that Kylie brought home something like $166.5 million in 2018 and $170 million in earnings in 2019.
In actuality, it was only around $50 million each year.
As for Kylie's billionaire status, given these findings and the impact that the coronavirus pandemic is having on all beauty businesses, we think that her net worth has fallen below $1 billion. In other words, Kylie Jenner is no longer a billionaire.
Every year we go back and forth with Kylie's team, whether it's about her billionaire status or if it's about her ranking on the Celebrity 100.
And every year they have something to tell us. It's a matter of great importance to the Jenners where we put Kylie on these lists. This year was no different at first.
We presented all the discrepancies, kind of why were our revenue numbers so off, why were our profit numbers so off.
But as we started to ask more questions about these discrepancies and the outright lies in some years, the Jenners did something that is very out of character. They stopped answering our questions.
Is officially a billionaire. Robin Rihanna Fendi was born on the beautiful island of Barbados in 1988. She grew up in a small bungalow with her 2 younger brothers and her parents, who had a rocky relationship. Rihanna always loved music and grew up singing along to reggae artists like Bob Marley and Buju Banton, as well as vocal powerhouses like Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, Celine Dion, and Shania Twain. From a very young age, she knew she wanted to become a star. Rihanna's big break came when she was in high school. One of her friends in school introduced her to a vacationing music producer. Right in a hotel, Rihanna sang for him, forever changing the trajectory of her life. He flew her to the US, where they worked on a demo album, and went on to audition for none other than Jay-Z. Within 12 hours of that, she was signed to Def Jam. She released her debut album, Music of the Sun, in 2005. 1 year later, she dropped her platinum-selling sophomore album. But her third album, Good Girl Gone Bad, shot Rihanna into major stardom, earning her her first Grammy.
Dad, I know I promised you I'm gonna give you my first Grammy, but we might have to fight for this one.
From there, she released hit after hit. she was a global phenomenon, touring all over the world. Her face was everywhere, and she secured several high-profile partnerships with beauty and fashion brands, as well as successful perfume.